What's up, guys? Jason with HOJ Forge. I know it's been a while, but for the last few months, 5 months or so, my back has been so screwed up I haven't been able to forge. I'm finally cleared by the doctors and the physical therapist, so here I be. Alright, first some news. I've decided after talking with my wife that we are going to make it to Quad State this year. So we'll be camping at Mr. John Coffey's house and attending and hanging out with everybody and finally getting to meet a whole bunch of you in person, which I'm really excited to do. This video though is all about grinding belts. I just got my order in from True Grit, and I've had some questions in the past about what grits I like to use and things like that, so figure as I'm hanging them up I'll explain to you what I like to use real quick. First things first, True Grit sent me a sticker. I gotta get this on my toolbox. Space is at a bit of a premium, so there's a bit of an overlap here, but this is where it's going, right there. Alright, so it's in a couple of bundles. Gonna open these up and see exactly what I ordered. I don't remember exactly. I just know I needed to replenish my belts. And I hate spending money on abrasives. They're so expensive that I don't know, it just feels like I'm always spending money on abrasives, but I love it when the order comes in because then I feel like I can do so much. I've got abrasives that'll last a lifetime, when in reality they'll last couple of months, maybe 6 if I really don't do much of anything. There we go. So they're open. Let me try and remember what I got. So I'll probably get a lot of people disagreeing with me, but the majority of my grinding on my knives is done with 36 grit belts. I buy these in the cheapest I can. I think these are just aluminum oxide belts. You know, a couple of bucks a piece at most, and I think I've got 20 here to add to the handful I have left. But this is the majority of my grinding. When I take it from the rough forge down to the rough finish, it's all with these. It's what I do all my grinding with, or the majority of my grinding on my hammers. I just like hogging the metal the quickest I can, so 36 grit belts, as many as I can get in an order at a time, what I can afford, is what I get with each order. That, you know what I'm saying? Good. I don't think they go bad, but I still like rotating stock. So the new ones on the bottom, there's a couple that already have a little time on them. And so I'll just kind of keep those at the front, and they'll be gone real quick, and then just a handful I have left, the old ones. So there we go, 36 grit belts done. I've got a bunch of these 50 grit belts. I bought, I don't know how many I bought the last time, 15 or 20. I just don't go through them real fast. I don't use them real fast, because generally I go from the 36 grit belts up to the 120, which I did order some more of. So let me get those hung up. The 120 belts, these are the aluminum oxide ones as well. I've tried the more expensive blue ones and orange ones and green ones and cubic zirconia or whatever those are. No, that's a fake diamond, isn't it? I've tried them all, and just the simple cheap aluminum oxide in the 120s does what I need it to do. They all seem to last about the same amount of time. For me, your results may vary, but for my money, just cheap old aluminum oxide is great. So when I'm grinding, I'm rough forging on the 36 grit belts. I get done with the rough forge. Before I heat treat, I generally take it to the 120, but it doesn't take, see, here's the blue, whatever those are, the Norton, I don't even know what that stuff is, some kind of ceramic, but the 120s don't take nearly as long. All I'm doing is getting the scratches out from the 36 grit belts with the 120, and so it doesn't take much time at all. From there I go to the 400 belts, and I love these 3M, what are they called? The Gator belts, Trizac, the ones with the texture. These are the ones I love. I don't go through them that fast. In fact, this was from an order I made last year. I bought 4 of them, and this one still has some life left, and then I've still got 2 that I haven't touched yet. So the Gator belts I really like. They're really expensive, but well worth the money. So after I heat treat a knife, I'll bring it back and I'll put it on at 120. Take the forge scale off and anything that happened in the heat treat, and then I'll go to the 400s to really start smoothing it up. And then my next step is the 600 belts, and again I use the Gator belt. After the 600, I like to go to an 800, and these were the belts I ordered. They were the 3M, they were the Trizact. They didn't have the Gator belts at the time when I ordered. And so these are just the normal Trizact belts, and they've always done this weird curling up thing. They're not horrible belts, I don't like the way they handle. Maybe it's just the moisture in Michigan. We're very humid up here, so I don't know. They've always done that. So I went and replaced them with these. I don't remember off the top of my head what they are. Same type of thing. What are they? They're Klingspor, so made in Germany, and they're 800 grit. They're the Trizact, I believe, but they're not the Gator belts, because 3M, I don't know if they quit making them or nobody ever has them or what, but I haven't seen them in a long time, so I went with these. Nice heavy heavyweight belt on them, and we'll see how they hold up. They really don't get that much use, but as long as they don't do that weird twisting thing, I should be okay with these. So after the 800 Trizact belts, I like to go to an 800 cork belt with some green compound on it. And the one I had, these things last forever, except forever is subjective because mine didn't last forever, it snapped. So I had to order a new one. And these take some breaking in. It's the black, it's got cork and then whatever, like silicide, something. Mixed in with it for the 800 grit, and it takes some breaking in. Maybe I'll do another video on that, on how you have to break these in to really get them to work. But it gives it a little bit of a different finish. It really works when I do the sharpening on the slack belt. This is the step where the knife goes from, hey, that's kind of sharp, to, wow, that's kind of wicked sharp. And then there's this one. This is the final belt in the sharpening process. If I'm really trying to get like a really good mirror finish on a knife, which I don't do often, this is just the straight cork belt with the green compound on it. Again, they last forever. I ordered this one at the same time I ordered that last 800 belt, so the tape joint may be ready to give way. I don't know. It still feels like it's in pretty good shape, so they don't really get all that much use, so they really do last a good long time. This one's probably lasted a year since I had to last order it, so we'll just hang this back up. And then there's one more belt. This is the 3M Scotch-Brite belt. I think it was blue to begin with. It's now sort of a gray. Anytime I'm doing a matte finish on a knife, this is the belt I use. And these get gummed up, not like super quick. I mean, you don't go through them real fast, but it's a big heavy belt. You got to turn the speed on your machine down if you run it really fast normally. But it really does give an awesome finish if you want a matte finish on a knife. Since I do so much domestic stuff, a matte finish doesn't work for me, but the occasional knife that I do that isn't domestic, that I want a matte finish on, these things are sweet. I love these. These are pricey as well, but well worth the money. So there we go. 36 grit belt, usually to a 120, then a 400, then a 600, then an 800, then the 800 cork, then the plain cork, and that's usually, after that I go to the buffing wheel with usually the green compound, and then a plain, just a plain buffing, you know, a cotton wheel. So that's when I want a mirror finish. When I do the Damascus stuff, it's a little different. When I do the non-Damascus knives with the matte finish, I'll use the Scotch-Brite belt. But those are my belts that I generally use. So hopefully that answers any questions. You know, I've gotten a few over the years of what grits I go through, and that's it. You know, there's every grit under the sun if you go to whatever company you want to order your belts from. they've got them all, and there's arguments to be made for using them all. But I have found that with my pocketbook, as small as it is, with what I do, this is just what I've narrowed it down to. I used to have a lot more grits and a lot different steps. So this is, you know, mainly for knife making. If you're doing other things with your grinder, you might need other belts. The occasional time I need to use my belt grinder on other blacksmithing projects, one of these grits will work for something, whatever I need it for. So that's it. When I get into the handle shaping and stuff, I'll use the old used 36 grit belts, because that'll shape the wood pretty well. So there we go. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will try to answer them. Next video should be forging. I've got a couple of things to do around the house. I've got this really cool project coming in for I don't know what it's called. It's Thor's hammer, but it's not his hammer. It's whatever he went to after his hammer. It's got like an axe blade on one side and a hammerhead on one side, and it's going to be a retirement gift for someone in the military. So I'm going to be engraving or like forging in like a first sergeant's logo, rank insignia, whatever that is. I'm going to be embedding some coins in it. It should be a really fun project. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'm just waiting for the guy to get me the deposit, and after that we'll get going on that. So that may be the next video. It kind of depends on his deposit. I may be doing some stuff around the house, and then I've got some other knives that I've got to get done as well. So lots of stuff to do. It's all been piling up while my back's been out, but I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad I'm cleared to do all this, and we'll get to forging real quick. You know what, before I go, one quick thing. I've got another YouTube channel that I just started. It's more for the radio persona, Racing Jason. That's my real life job. I'm a radio guy. I host a morning show, if you didn't know that already. And I just started it. I'm going to put a link in the description if you want to join that. I don't know if, you know, it's just more of the radio stuff and maybe some stuff around the house. I don't know that there will be all that much forging, but in fact, I can guarantee you there won't be that much forging. But maybe interesting if someone ever said, hey, I wonder what that guy's really like in real life. This is probably going to be more of a look into what I'm like in real life. So anyways, I'll put a link in the description. See you next time. Bye.